In a field where I can't tell who's the favorite, who do I think is going to win the Sam F. Davis? Wait till the end to find out.
Trust the Profits is proud to be sponsored by Game of Silks. Go to silks.io to get in the game. Real ownership, real races, real rewards.
Trust the Profits. Yeah, the formula here talking about the Sam F. Davis. And yeah, don't forget to check out Game of Silks. Just an amazing sponsor for us to have right now. Very happy to have them. But the Tampa Bay Downs is where we're having the Sam F. Davis 12 horse field. It's going to be happening on February 10th. Is a G3 250K 8.5 furlongs, which equals 1 1/16 mile. It is on dirt. We have 12 horses entered into this field, 2 Todd Pletcher horses. None of them are locked, unfortunately. But it's going to be an interesting field here. I can't tell right now who's going to be the morning line favorite. I have guesses at best, but I don't think they're strong guesses. Um, if you can't read the 12 horses in the field, don't worry about it because I'm going to go through them in single order fashion right now. Starting with El Principito, 1 win in 6 races. Let's put a line right through him right away. We got ourselves an insta-toss. Broke his maiden the first time out and hasn't looked that great since. 4th place at the 7 furlong Pasco Stakes. He went off as a 99-1 horse. That is tough to do in a 6-horse field. But he did earn it by losing by 14 lengths to Bookham Dano. Bookham Dano, by the way, why is he not in this race? Bookham Dano has looked pretty darn impressive in some of the races he's run in, including the Pasco Stakes. If El Principito can get entered into the Sam F. Davis, why not Bookham Dano? 7th place at the inaugural stakes, going 6 furlongs there, close to the pace early on, but then fading 6 lengths back to 7th. Not looking pretty impressive in a 6 furlong race when you fade back 6 lengths. Yeah, stays just off the pace and then he fades, which is why I'm putting a line through El Principito. I think he's going to have a problem with that distance. Tireless, on the other hand, Todd Pletcher broke his maiden 4th time out, going 1 mile and 40 yards, pacing 2 to 3 lengths off the pace, and got a 3/4 of a length win over Rogshawd, something like that. Previous attempts, he went off at 9 furlongs, 120K, off turf race, sat at second the entire race, where Raguel, I mean, if this horse could race against horses with real names, I would be very happy. Stretched out to win that one by 1 3/4 lengths. 2 previous attempts were both were on turf, premiering at Kentucky Downs, getting a 2nd place finish there. So Tireless, a very curious horse indeed. Patriot Spirit. Yeah, we got ourselves some fireworks there. I think those are fireworks. I'm going to assume they are. 2 wins in 4 races, but has not raced since December 2nd. It's been a while. Winner of the inaugural stakes, going 6 furlongs in that one, beating Crazy Mason by a little under 2 lengths. 4th place at Bowman Mill, going 6 furlongs there. Finished 6th at the Iroquois after setting the pace for a mile and then fading back 7 lengths to the winner, West Saratoga, who's also in this race, by the way. I do have concerns over Patriot Spirit doing a 2-turn race here. I'm not too hyped by Patriot Spirit. Crazy Mason, that's a fun picture. 5 in the money finishes in 6 races. Not too shabby. Winner in an allowance optional claiming race, going 1 mile and 40 yards, 2 lengths off of the pace, closing for a half-length win over Fulman, who's also in this race. 2nd place in the inaugural stakes, where he hung out 3 lengths off the lead in that one, closed from 7th, lost only by 1 3/4 lengths to Patriot Spirit. An interesting play here is Crazy Mason, one I consider using. No More Time, the Iowa horse, 5th place finish at the Mucho Macho Man. Not too great there. Got off to a bad start, though. We'll give him credit for that. Got off to a bad start there. Considerable for this race. Won a 50K main special weight, going a mile there, 6 3/4 lengths over breakout, stalking the pace early on. Yeah, so bigger names for this horse than we've seen for other horses. Jose D'Angelo, Paco Lopez, a consideration. I Get Road, we're going back to Todd Pletcher. We're going back to horses that started on turf. 2nd place at Dania Beach, where the race got moved to Tapeta. Sitting 2 lengths off the lead, in the fourth and closing the second with 1.5 lengths behind Tokayo. Fifth place finished at the BC Juvenile Turf at G1, going 1 mile, closing from ninth to finish fifth, closing down the number of lengths by 4 in that one. Winner of the G2 Pilgrim Stakes, going 8.5 furlongs there, 7 lengths off the pace in seventh place, and then had a major close over Fulman in that one. Again, Jose Ortiz, Todd Pletcher, a horse that's moving to dirt, has some Tapita experience, a curious move here. Copper Tax. What I find interesting about this horse is he wins. 5 wins in 7 races for Copper Tax. The one time he didn't finish in the money was the Remsen. And most of his wins have come at Delaware Park. So we'll throw that out there as a little disclaimer. Sixth place at the Remsen, battling with a number of horses, went 6 wide at one point, not having much left in the tank, could not manage to work with Dornock on that one or Sierra Leone. They took off 16 lengths ahead. What you gonna do? But they're not in this race. Winner of the James F. Lewis, a 6 furlong stakes race, 5 lengths back after being bumped several times, but in a gutsy move, he did close out to be the winner over Neckover and Vageld in that one. It was, quite a gutsy performance by Copper Tax. Also, winner of the 1 mile Rocky Run Stakes, going gate to wire in that one. Winning by over 6 lengths by, don't make me say it. Okay, I'm going to say it. The Dingo Ate My Baby and Crazy Mason. Let's move on from Copper Tax, although it's nice to dwell on him for a little bit. Ever do it? 1 win, 1 second place. At the Mucho Macho, he did finish dead last, though. So I think this is a horse that I'm feeling comfortable putting a line through. I'm not a huge fan here of Ever Do It. Let's move on past him. Someone's going to hate me for moving on past this horse so quickly, but there you have it. Change of command. Winner of an allowance, optional claiming race at Gulfstream, pressuring the pace, overtaking Cardinal to win by a neck in that one. That is 8.5 furlongs, that race. Broke his maiden at 6 furlongs, beating Bourbon Society by 6.5 lengths, has run the distance, pressures the pace. I like both those things about this horse. Shug McGahee, Tyler Gaffleone, they are gearing this horse up to win. Sorry for the shakiness. I will stop that now. West Saratoga. Got a lot of attention for winning the Iroquois, but since then, second at the Pasco, 12 lengths behind Bookham Dano. Again, would love to see Bookham Dano in this race. Fifth place, 11 lengths behind Locked in the Claiborne Futurity, going 8.5 furlongs in that one, sitting off the pace, but then fading. Locked in with the Wine Steward, much the better horses than West Saratoga in that one. And like I said, claim to fame, although that fame is not going to last long, winning the Iroquois. It's fun when you do it, but as time moves on, it becomes less and less impressive. Beating the favored Risk It by 1 3/4 lengths in that one. Fulman. Another horse switching from turf. Second in the Tampa Bay Downs, 53K allowance optional claiming, going a little over a mile on that one. Closing from fourth, holding the lead and yielding to Crazy Mason by half a length in that one, close to Crazy Mason, who's also in this race. Previous to that, 11th at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. Sixth most of the race, falling back to 11th, weakened, ended up finishing 5 lengths back. Did get second in the G2 Pilgrim Stakes, though. That should be noted on turf. Going 8.5 furlongs in that one, so the distance shouldn't be a problem. Just, we're talking about the surface here. 6 lengths off the pace, closing a second, losing to Agate Road by 1 1/4 lengths. Fulmineo. Fun to say. And finally, Elysian Meadows. 2 races, 2 wins. Both of them 6 furlongs, though, which scares me a tad here. Good trainer, Bill Mott. But yeah, 70K allowance optional claiming, pressuring the pace in that one, closing 3 1/4 victory in that one over Mischief Joke. Maiden Special beating Big Prankster in that one, closing again. But talking about 6 furlong races, we're bumping it up 2.5 furlongs. More than a third more distance than he has run previous to that. So Elysian Meadows, I'm curious to see what to do with this horse. I think we're at the end here. Am I? We are. I think the safe play here is change of command. Again, I don't know what the morning line is going to be here, but change of command seems like a good play to me. Copper Tax, the horse that just wins, I'm going to put him as my value play. I am assuming, based on the fact that most of those wins come from Delaware Park, you're not going to get, him hammered by the money closer to post time on this one. I think there's enough Pletcher horses, Agate Road and Tireless, who I also put in my box here, that are going to end up taking the money, and I think you can't ignore them. There's other horses here like No More Time I wouldn't mind playing, but I had to pick it down to 4, and I didn't want to squeeze in Change of Command and Copper Tax, both Pletcher horses. So we'll see what happens there. What do you guys think? What do you guys have for this? And what is the Sam F. Davis? Is this a race worth watching? Are we going to get a Kentucky Derby horse coming out of this? Just a horse that runs in the Derby. Give me that. That's all I'm asking for. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think, and bye.